Were you a good teammate?
I was always a good teammate. I would say when I became a leader, I lost some of that because I was thinking oftentimes much more about myself and not necessarily as much about the guys. I became more focused on, I was trying to be this great leader, but oftentimes I wasn't doing it the right way. I was looking for shortcuts to shine. That's dangerous. That's what led me down that valley. I wanted to get in the fight. Hey, look at me. I'm going to save the day.
Well,
Rainbows and parades. And that just wasn't the case. And that was a mistake. So yeah, that definitely humbled me. And I'm very thankful today. I've had a lot of success, but I stay humble. I recognize all of it can be gone tomorrow. And I'm okay with that.
what are the qualities that make a good teammate that you also bring into being a good leader?
I think it was summarized best when I came back to my second platoon as an officer, and my boss was a prior enlisted guy who was a great guy, phenomenal. And he was such a good mentor to me on so many different levels, because he was smart enough to recognize the complexity of bringing a guy into the platoon who had screwed up. And the guys weren't that excited to have me. So he had to accomplish a couple of things. He had to build trust with the guys, so get the guys to trust I had the ability to do this. He had to do that by putting me into leadership positions so that they could see I had the ability. But he also had to rebuild my confidence because, whether I knew it or not, it was kind of shaken. I had screwed up. So he was really smart on that. And he gave me a lot of great opportunities. And he said it in the very beginning. He said, Red, I don't care what happened in, Afghanistan, the past. He said, all I care about is the here and now. He said, I'm going to call upon you to lead. When I need you to lead, I need you to lead. He said, and when I need you to follow, I need you to follow. That's a good teammate. A good teammate that recognizes, hey, I don't always need to be in the spotlight. I think younger, immature leaders, and I was one of these, feel like, oh my God, I always have to be leading. I always have to be telling people what to do and meddling and micromanaging and all these different things. And the reality is, man, if you have a great team, oftentimes the leader doesn't have to do a whole lot other than, keep an eye on that we're moving in the right direction and hopefully course correct or, stop from anything going on. He was really good at that. Great leaders recognize they don't need all the recognition. They don't have to be in the spotlight as a leader. They would much rather see their team or their company get that recognition. He was really good at that. I remember one time we were doing a very complicated mobility training, and we were coming up on the final very complicated exercise. We had done a series of exercises that led to this final FTX exercise. And they sprung it on us kind of in the moment, like this contingency you just got tasked to do. If I remember, it was like a helicopter crash or something like that. You guys have to move to the crash site, secure the crash site, get the wounded. It's in enemy territory, all this. And my boss, he could have said, okay, let's go, guys. Here's the plan. And he could have, it was a complicated scenario. He could have looked good, and he could have been, hey, I'm the leader and look how good I look navigating this difficult scenario. But he didn't. He said, Red, you're in charge. I'm going to hang out with the instructors. And it was a huge moment. I think it was the first time in that platoon where I did a good job. And the guys were like, this guy he actually did pretty good there. So it was such a good example because for him, he gave up an opportunity to shine. And I think that's really the mark of a great leader and the mark of a good teammate.